This is Business Rockstars.
Welcome back to Business Rockstars. Ken Rakowski, of course, connecting you to a gigantic community of entrepreneurs on radio, TV, and online. See what's happening in the studio right now by going to businessrockstars.com. We are streaming the show live. I love when someone has literally a way they like their name said. David L. Hoyt. L, right? It's really important because you are, you're known. You're one of these guys that probably touches our lives a few times a month, without a doubt.
For sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
You have the dubious distinction, let me see if I get this right too, to be the world's most syndicated daily game creator and the inventor of, which we're going to take a look at in a moment, this gigantic word puzzle.
Yes.
But so you do all the Scrabble type of stuff we see in our newspapers.
Yes. So I am the author of the Jumble Puzzle, which is in all the newspapers, which I do with cartoonist Jeff Kanarick.
Wow.
And then I have 2 puzzles in USA Today. And then I have apps and just a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, word games are my life.
How long have you been doing this?
I started this in 1993, getting into the game business. But in 1996 is when everything turned to the word games. And since I've been working on this straight for like 20 years straight, just word games.
20 years?
Yeah.
Just between you and I, have you ever repeated?
No, you know what? It's one of these things. I mean, maybe, repeated some themes, but one of the things that is driving me is I love making these puzzles. And it's kind of crazy. Like, I was up at 3 o'clock this morning making some puzzles, and I'm like, how is it that I love doing this so much? I don't know why. I feel very fortunate to have something.
Well, it's not a job then.
Yeah, it's not a job.
It's playtime.
It's not a job. I never set the alarm. I just wake up whenever, and it's early.
It's early, right?
Yeah.
But what's cool is, and we're going to look at what you have in front of us right now, and we're going to show a video too. What are we looking at? What is this right here?
So these are the boards for Giant Wordwinder. And what happened is a couple years ago, I invented a board game called Wordwinder, and a teacher said, I have to have this in the classroom. And this lays out to 9 feet by 9 feet.
We actually have some imagery of that, so let's put that up on our screen real quick. So when it's laid out, and you can see the numbers on the board, and once it's laid out, I'm not sure if we're going to show that. Hello, showing that. It is massive.
There we go.
Wow, that's huge.
So
9 feet by 9 feet.
And kids take their shoes off and they walk on it, and they create words with these chips. And it's the first team to create a word-winding path of words that connects the left side to the right side or top to bottom. Wins. So
strategy.
It's not about spelling. It's about blocking. So if one team is about to win, the other 2 teams have to work together to come in and create a line.
Oh, cool.
It's deductive reasoning, critical thinking.
And where can people find this?
Go to wordwinder.com or giantwordwinder.com. We're selling it directly. Just because we want this out in every school and library in the world, and we think that the best way to do that is cut out all the middle people and just
direct.
Yep, just direct.
How much does it cost retail?
It's $450, and it's one of these.
By the way, the way you just said that, you were bracing us.
It is. It's a very expensive game. There's no doubt.
But for school, this is really important.
These are, it's not like we're making a lot of money off of this, and in fact, right now we're not making much money at all. It's because if you're going to make a game that kids are going to walk on, it has to be indestructible. And this material,
very durable.
This is extremely durable. You can drive a car on this thing. So that's
but that would be cheating then, right?
Yes.
That would be taking up too much room.
Exactly,
okay.
Yes.
So, David, as you've been creating this, you have to go into business for yourself, basically.
Yes.
Right? You're a business guy now.
Yes. That was not what I set out to do. What I wanted to do was be a classic inventor where I invent, license, and move on, okay, and let other people do all that work so that I could focus on the inventing.
You're not doing that here.
Exactly. So now I've partnered with people. It's all about partnerships. And it's because this is kind of a life-changing thing in that when this teacher said, I want this in my classroom, and then we put it in the classroom, and the reaction was so great that I got to go be a part of this energy, like this amazing, and I didn't even know what I was getting into. So that's why, 3 years ago I said, here's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and now I'm doing something completely different.
This right here is what schools need to have. Right?
That's what we're finding out.
And
yes.
How often does it change? Because, we're looking at a lot of, these are permanent. How do you do upgrades on this?
Well, here's the thing. This is insane, okay? If you arrange these 4x4, there are a decillion combinations. There's actually like 23 decillion. That's one with 23 zeros after it.
Oh, okay.
So no two games will ever play the same.
You don't need to upgrade is what you're saying. I love that.
Not this, but we're going to do French on one side, English on the other, Spanish on one side, English on the other. And there are a lot of ways to upgrade it if we wanted to, but, this particular set is made to play for all ages and, cover a lot of bases.
You have your syndication of what you do to sustain your lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. So this right here this is a passion project.
It is a passion project.
What is the hardest thing so far? Because you're able to look at business kind of from the outside a little, because you do have an income coming in. What's the hardest side of being in business for yourself?
This has proven to be way harder than I ever thought anything could be. I've often joked that maybe I should stop doing this and go do something easier, like be the first person to set foot on Mars. Because we're trying to sell a game to schools and libraries who don't have, easy money. Mm-hmm. So what we've done is we've started the David L. Hoyt Education Foundation, a nonprofit foundation, and we're going to go try and talk to businesses and say, hey, how would you like to buy these games for schools in your area and libraries in your area?
That's a great idea.
What's happening is I'm learning, at first I thought, we'll just go sell these to schools and libraries. And then when we realized how tough that was, the whole business dynamic changed to let's figure out a way to get these games into schools and libraries.
So if there are nonprofits, organizations that really want to help schools out, they should go look at this to specifically get them donated to the schools.
Exactly.
Again, the website is?
Wordwinder.com and giantwordwinder.com.
So as you look at the big spelling bee just finished, I'm not sure if you paid attention to that.
A little bit. I heard they were going to toughen it up this year.
Do you get excited when you see stuff like that?
I do. I get it now. Now I get excited about anything that has to do with learning and kids and learning. I get very excited about it.
That's your focus?
Yes, very much so.
But those spelling bee words, you would never use one of these. No, that's just brutal.
You know what? They may be in there with all the combinations.
Brutal.
Oh, brutal. I would be out in the first round.
David L. Hoyt's joining us again. If people want to find out and get this into schools or somehow donate one to a school, what's the website?
Wordwinder.com or giantwordwinder.com.
That's where you go. David, I appreciate you coming out here from Chicago to spend time with us on our WGN affiliate out there, so it's great to have you. And, of course, we're here to connect you to everything that's going on at Entrepreneur. Make sure you see what's happening on the website and all these links. They're there for you inside our newsletter, too. We got a lot more coming up. When we come back, we'll be focusing on health and fitness. Alyssa Fisher-Harris and, do you see who's in there? Do you know who that is?
I did, yes.
Tony Horton. He'll be joining us, too. Connecting you to everything entrepreneur right here on Business Rockstars.